One guy that you've also played with who just found himself in a starting role recently is Major Wright. What are your impressions of him and playing alongside him?
Man, I miss Major. Major's a playmaker. He understands that system very well. I watched him film and watch him set some good edges, taking out linemen and flipping a few linemen, and that was it's been pretty cool. Those are some of the things that I really remember about playing, under Lovie is when we defensively as a team, we watch film together, while everybody's talking about a tackle that might have been made, we're always talking about this big hit, on an offensive lineman or tripping somebody up, and the guy who really made the play, is a guy like Major, setting that edge so that Levante David or Lance Briggs can get over there and make a tackle in the backfield.
Lance, kind of a two-part question. I know life goes on and you have Mark Trestman now, but can you put in perspective what Lovie coming to the Bears has meant to the Bears at that time, and how surprised, what do you think happened? The guy went 10-6 and got fired.
Well, I think when you think of Lovie here, you got to put him in the category of the great coaches of Chicago. You have George Hollis, you have Mike Ditka, and then Lovie Smith comes right after that. And when you think of Chicago, you think of defense. And Lovie did a great job maintaining the tradition of great defense here in Chicago. The things that he was able to do with his teams and leading, the NFL in a crazy amount of takeaways. We took the ball away an awful lot, over his years. It was special. It was a special time. It was fun. And special teams, watching Devin Hester break records, it was a special time. And as far as him getting fired, I have done no hand in all of that stuff. I think we all kind of knew once Minnesota had lost to Green Bay. But, you look around the league, especially after that year, and of all the coaches that got fired, there was one gleaming difference with Lovie and all those other guys, and even some of the guys that were retained, didn't have a 10-6 season. Right now we're fighting for a 10-6 season because we know everyone knows the 10-6 gets you in. We just so happen to be 10-6 that year in an NFC conference where everybody was 10-6. So it was unfortunate and it was a sad day knowing that he was going to be gone. But like you said, it's business.
What was your initial reaction when you found out that he had been hired by Tampa Bay?
I was really happy. I was really happy for him. One of the things you think of that I think about is if I were to play, for another team, after this year, after playing in the cold for 12 years, man, lucky him, So, one of the things I think about is Lovie's been in Chicago for the last 12 years, freezing his butt off, and now he gets a chance to go down. Not only is everybody familiar with him in Tampa Bay, but it's going to be a little bit warmer in the winter.
And as you look back, on your career and playing with him, what's the biggest lesson that he's taught you, whether it be on or off the field? Just that there's a lot of lessons I learned from him, but I guess the one that kind of sticks out the most is that no one will ever have a higher expectation. Don't let anybody have a higher expectation of yourself than the men in this room, and you always protect this brotherhood, what we have here is a brother, and don't allow the outside to dictate what happens inside. Anything that happens inside, we can take care of that. And he was always true to that, and I bought into it. I know a lot of us bought into it and believed in that sentiment.